Welcome traders to this weekly webinar for yen, USD, pound, Swissy. We are today going to prepare for next week, and we are now today on YouTube. This is the first live YouTube here, and it is going to be amazing. I am so super pumped up, but trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and past performance is not indicative of future results. And do not invest money you can't afford to lose. And you can lose all your money if you are not so good with trading. So do a demo if you don't know what you're doing, and only invest money you can afford to lose. Okay, good. Then I am just trying to see who is here, who is not here, and also just logging into my own YouTube on my own phone, and we'll be good to go. And yeah, that would be awesome. Let's go say, just checking stuff. That's all good. And then we are good. Oh my god. Okay, so which kind of oh, that's interesting. A new screen coming up. What kind of pairs do you want to have right now? So if you want to I really have that poor internet. Let's see if I can make something happen here. It looks like it's been faulting. It's just loading. Is it just loading? Comments. It's just basically just loading on my phone. That's interesting. Oh, hello. There is people here. Okay, hello Wayne. Good. Dwayne says we should do USD yen. Then I will do USD yen. And by the way, I have prepared up some lump sums of trades pairs that you can do, that we can go through, and then we will do them as you request. So USD yen. By the way, I'm not trading USD yen myself. Says that I don't have enough stream, but okay, we shall see. USD yen. So if you have any technical issues, if you feel like this is not going the way, just tell me and I will be trying as best as I can. And then we are, okay, good. So for USD yen, we have, technically we are in an upside move. So what you are looking at here, this is your entry here. So this is an entry and this is an entry. And then you can say this is also resistance. So resistance, support, resistance, now support, now failed support, but it went back up again. And now we are on the way up. As you can see, I have had some lines here in the past, and we are climbing higher. And then I'm just going to check where is this pair actually going to be targeted for this week, and we are actually bearish on USD, and we're bearish on yen. So I don't know where this will go, but the target is 109.57. Okay, so 109.57 is what we would consider to be the target for this week as buyers, and 107.57. 4, 300, 3. And then other target is above that again. So 800, 8, 2, 3. Okay, so target is up here, so that's a new high. And you would say that, that would be the best. But if you're really a seller, and if price really goes below here, then you can say, oh, that is amazing. And you can take it down to 108 flat. 108, 107 actually. 0.77, 0.73. So you have those two to choose from, but if you are down here, that actually doesn't make a breakout, but here, that is kind of your entry of this support turning resistance now. But also as a buyer, you think this is very good. We have a new high now, and your entry is kind of in this area. So choose a team. Choose one team. That's what I say. And what happens, happens. Hello, David. Welcome to the webinar. And I know you're a pound trader, so let me go to pound. And Dwayne, do you feel like I've covered enough for you? Do you feel like it's good for you? It has done the purpose. Okay, I have good sound on myself. Good. So pound, was it pound CAD you wanted? Pound CAD I have done. Pound CAD's British pound CAD is kind of in a range, but also on the way up on the smaller time frame. So yeah, what should we say? If you're a seller, this is a sell, but it's not really a good sell because this is a sell for the month. That's good. And now we have just been going higher and higher and higher. So I wouldn't say that's a very good sell. And I guess that it is just to go higher, or it will range. And target is 171,800 or 171,880. I guess that's the target. I guess that's the direction based on price action. But if it breaks below any of these pullbacks here, we are going towards 68.80. And so far it is a bullish trend, and if you're a bull, then you're good, and if you're a seller, you would wait. Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand, we are doing what? Sideways movement, basically, without a doubt anything else. Then you have to trade the top or bottom and wait for it to break out. I want to be a trend trader, so this is not necessarily something that's very positive for trend trading. So yeah, tops and bottoms. And the pivot point says, or if it breaks out, that's targets, but by these movements, it can break out anyway, and the velocity will be greater than just a bit up. Okay, then British Pound USD. I have already done this earlier today, though, in the other link that I will put in this description below. But as we can see, just wait a minute, we have no, just removed you and then you. Okay, then you. Fine. Okay, so as we can see here, we have the price coming up, prices coming up, prices coming down, prices coming back up again, doesn't make a new high. Price comes down again, doesn't make a new low. It doesn't make a new low, but it pulls back again. It's just to catch a target. Now we have moved up here. And what is your direction on pound? What is your direction on USD? Mine is bearish on USD, and I would see it to go up. And if that's to go up, then the new price to buy from is at, go down to 1 hour, see if that's better for you. So the best price for this week is 28.70, 128.70. But so if it comes down here, I wouldn't be so confident if it goes down to 28.4. That is kind of the buy price for this week, but also I wouldn't see that as a very natural thing to do. And then the target will be 29.78. That is just as this other high, but I wouldn't be surprised that if it goes above here, that it actually continues. But you can take 2 trades. And by the way, this webinar does not contain any investment advice, and is not to be considered to be, and you're totally in charge of your own trading. And this is normally the target. When that's actually the target, it actually tends to go down again. But we are traders. We take profit when we want to take profit. EURUSD. I have said this in the beginning of the month. That's a sell. And in the beginning of the month, I said this is a buy. And now we have got a price action confirming that it was a sell. And I said that's the entry for sellers. And now we can come down here, and we are in up and down, double bottom, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then I'm expecting a higher low of this in this area here, not as low as this, but in this area here. I don't think the pullback will be so great because the velocity last week was quite strong. So it's not like it's actually quite has some speed and some momentum to it. So I don't think it will go down here. If it goes down here, I would be very cautious. But down to 10.34 would be awesome, with a target of 10.90. And if you are here, please let me know. And do you have any questions? Do you have any pairs that you want me to cover? Please. Among the great people of YouTube, please leave comments. May the force be with you. And if you have gotten any value from this webinar, and that would be considered to be quite awesome. And then I would say, as a seller, this is definitely your sell price of 1080. But don't be shocked if it comes up to at least 1090. Just a stretch. But then you will take it down to at least 1097, 1098. But I am a bear on USD. I mean, I want this to go up. So you got your entry here. That's your second entry on daily, I guess it is. So if you're a bigger term trader, that's your entry. And we as buyers, we're going to take it higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. We shall see how far and how high we get. And yeah. What else are we supposed to do here? Pound USD, USD dollar. That's a good one. I love that, mate. And then, yeah, if you have any pairs you want to cover, please, if you must, comment below. Not even below, and decide. Did I misuse the yen? Yes, I did it in the beginning. Oh, Dwayne. Aw. Your kiddos. I will do it very quickly for you. Okay, I will do it very quickly since you are my VIP. If you're a buyer, target is 109.58. If you're a seller, target is 108 flat. It's in a bullish trend, and we're looking for it to continue higher. Though I'm bearish on USD, I'm bearish on yen. So I don't know how that works, but that's at least. But is this a new low? Well, it seems to be trending. That's what it does, kind of a thing. That's its thing. And then the ultimate buy price is 108.52 for buyers, and the ultimate sell price is 108.94. Yeah, I think that's that. That was covered by Dwayne in collaboration with Dwayne Winter. So USD dollar. We wanted this to sell off here. You wanted this to buy here, and guess what? We got that specifically at those prices. This has been kind of sideways, and this is done beautifully. Double bottom, higher high, and guess what we're expecting now? We're expecting pullback, and then a new high. You're waiting to sell it, Dwayne. Okay, that's cool with me. And I gave it the entry price, and I gave it the entry target, so you're welcome. And gone all the way up to 68.90, 68, yeah, 68.90-ish. Just short of 68.90. And if you're a seller, so buyers, we're just catching the pullback. Whatever the pullback is, if it's coming down to this price, we will take it up. If it comes down to this price, we will take it up. But if it comes down here, yeah, well, it could be a double bottom 4 hours. I don't like that, but that's possible as a plan C. We'll just see where it bounces off. And then if you're a seller, I guess this is actually your entry. Your aggressive entry, is it? Maybe a regressive entry there. Okay, that's one entry. That's too high for you. So, okay, then that's your entry here. That's your aggressive plan A entry. And you want to take it down to 67.44. Thumbs up on that one. Amazing! Okay. Then we can do some gold. What are we planning here, people? What is this going to tell us? That was the sell for the month. That was the buy for the month. Both are getting profits in a moving market. By the way, both sellers and buyers get profit if you just choose one of them. Okay? There's no need to force trades, push trades. You are actually able to get profits if you are just waiting. Okay? And then we can say that we have a double bottom here. We have a new high. We have a double bottom. We have a new high. We have a new low. Entry. We have a new high. We have a higher low. Entry. We have a new high. We have a lower high. Higher low. We have an entry. So now, what are you? If you're a seller, you're like, oh, this is nice. I'm going to sell it. Well, there's your price. As a buyer, you kind of want it to, oopsie daisy, you kind of want it to go a bit higher because I don't like that low before starting to buy again. And then buy entry around support of new high comes back to 1469 with a target of 1485. And then if you're a seller, you are able to take it up here and take it down there and down to 1441. It just depends what are you. Are you a buyer or are you a seller? That's all. And by the way, people, when this video is done, can you please give it a comment of what you think about it when the video is over? It takes 20 seconds or something to load, and then when it's done, we can put some comments in about what you think. I'm not good. If you think this is the most terrible webinar you have ever been to, okay, then you're allowed to say that because that's your opinion. But if you think you got value, you've got entries, you've got targets, and I have been happy and smiling to you, then maybe you should. Because I would love it, and YouTube would love it. That means everyone would love it. But yeah. So pound yen. Well, someone would say double, triple bottom, but I would say this is range bound. And I guess if it comes down, you can kind of buy it, but it's... And then if you buy down here, then if it breaks out, it will be crazy. And the target is 141.21. Okay, good. But it's still a range. It hasn't broken out. It has been bullish for the Friday. It was bullish on Thursday. Oh. But then you can say on a bigger time frame that it's going up. It's just waiting. It's just making a flag. Well, I don't know where it's going. I can't tell you. It is not trending. Should it come down here? I don't know. Election in UK is 12th of December. I think that's in a week. I think that's in a month. Unless unless David can deny my information. I think it's 12th of December. Okay. Then which else would you want me to cover? We can do USDZAR. USDZAR, what people love apparently. Because the beautiful people of South Africa was always here. And we're always selling. So we only look for sell opportunities on. And if it was 12th of November, it would be tomorrow. So yeah. No, it's all okay. It's all good, Wayne. You have kids. I'm just going to be your mentor and your expert. Expert says 12th of December. Yeah. So USDZAR, wait for the pullback to 14.79. Take it down to 14.51. That's all. Sell the pullback. And if it goes above here, it's no longer a sell. Fine. Doesn't matter. We are rugby champions. Yeah, that's what you are. How long are you going to tell me about those rugby people, though? Does it take a year until the next World Cup, or is it like every 4 years? World champions, huh? That's what you are. And there's nothing else. But of course, I would take the target of 15.02 if you're a buyer. But we, in my team, our team, the best team, the E-winning team, we're selling it. And by the look of it, looks like a bit promising. Looks promising. US oil. I want oil to go up. That is my entry. Really, my entry. And I've just been holding it. I don't know how lost profit it is on it, but the costs of it, but it's kind of something. And my target is 58.48. And we are, how many pips is into it? We are 380 pips into it, and we are looking for 450. I think that's boom! Every 4 years, you're rugby champions. 4 years, we'll talk about you winning the World Rugby Championship. Well, who won the World Championship in skiing last year? Was there even one? Well, that was another thing. USDZAR, USD Swiss. I can do Swiss, see? That's the buy, that's the sell. We're in the middle and haven't gone anywhere. Sorry, peeps. That's that. USDCAD. Selling it like it sells. I've been looking into your price action group on Facebook, and people are saying it's a sell. And I just hope that they will hold it until 29.50 if they're really selling it. And I've also seen people saying, well, you can take your whole account. Just sell everything that you have. This is a sell. Okay, please use price action. Now, please use not more than 1% per for your trade. And if you have $100 in your account, that means only one trade at 0.01 lots. Only. Okay. And that was the entry of 32.48 of my last week. And the target for this next week now is 31.90, and then pull it back up again, sell it, pull it back up again, sell it until 29.50. And if you are a buyer, you are really looking doomed, but this is actually where you should look for it to bounce again of 31.80. That's it. Don't buy it now. If you're buying it now, I will lose the rest of the little hair I have left. Okay? Okay. What else? Do you have any other pairs, people? Any other pairs? I can go on forever. This is awesome. This is nice. Because I'm telling you that I might. This is our targets. This is where you can catch 100 pips a week. This is our 50 pip strategy that is amazing. But yes, this is actually what I want to see every single time when I'm a seller of a bullish trend. And also, I am bullish on USD because some fundamental analysis, I'm just going to tell you that I think the USD is done cutting in interest rates. That's all. USD NOK, Dwayne, it's so depressing to USD do USD NOK. I will do it. Chill. But USD NOK is so depressing. Like the dollar was costing 6 kronor per dollar. Now it's 9 kronor for $1. It's like, but look at this. It's like, yeah. So that's that. So what do we have here, people? We have a range, some kind of range with a breakout, and we haven't gone anywhere. We have not gone anywhere at all. And if you see it break down, Dwayne, please sell it for me so we can get back some Norwegian kroner into this. But what analyst says, I don't know if you ever listen to analysts, they say this. They say it will actually go up this year and next year. I don't know why it does go up. Well, we just increased our interest rates. And everyone is lowering their interest rates. That has maybe something to do with it. We have oil. Does that have anything to do with it? Well, oil is kind of okay. So it has to be something fundamental to the Norwegian economy that other investors doesn't find interesting on a more fundamental level. Well, our interest rates are very low. What is it? 1 point, maybe 1? Is it 1.5 maybe? So it was below 1 at some point. So nobody wants, so in the investment world, in our world, we get interest rates by, for example, selling the USDZAR. Did you know that? You're paid interest rates every single day. But if you buy the Norwegian NOK against selling the USD dollar, you're doing a very bad job. Because USD has a very low interest rates, NOK has a very low interest rates, you won't get paid anything. But if you sell USDZAR has a very low interest rate, and ZAR, and if you're buying ZAR has a very high interest rate. ZAR will give you money to hold their trades, to hold their currency. That is amazing. That is the total opposite of if you go to the bank for a loan, then you have to pay them. This is the other side of the equation. Alright? Some fundamental analysis. Check. So, I guess you're only finding places to buy this thing, and by the look of this uptrend, it looks to be never ending, and we're into unknown territory that has never been as weak as now. This is 2007, and this is what I remember. 6 krona per dollar. That's my rant about Norwegians. Okay, good. You got me there. You got me. You got me. Pound Swissy. Did I do that? What for you? We're still in a range on pound. That was a sell area, and buyers have really kept it up. And if this is supposed to change anything, we are going to buy it up. Something like this, up to 128.67, but it doesn't go anywhere. I can't tell you to trade it. I'm just telling you keep off until it breaks off. Off, out, where, somewhere, doesn't matter. Don't trade it because it's sideways. Okay? Same with pound CAD. It's actually kind of, yeah, okay, fine, you can buy that one. And then New Zealand was also sideways. British pound NOK is also kind of sideways. Pound USD is kind of also sideways, but more like different. So, I don't know. Figure yourself out. Euro Yen has an amazing run. Had an amazing run on Friday. And can you guess if I bought it somewhere? I did. Oh yeah. And where is it? So here it is. So that is going down, double bottom, higher high, higher low. That's my entry. And we shall see how far it goes. And my target to this week is 121.115. 121.15. Are you a seller? That didn't make any sense. Are you a seller? That's actually your entry. Here in this area here, that's actually your entry. So if you're a seller and you think this is a good sell because you made a new low, that's your entry here down to 119.000. 19.059. Fine. Euro pound. Actually, that one I haven't prepared, I must say. But can I just do the yens? I'm buying this one, whatever pullback once. Use risk management. This one also buying pullback up to 82.90. And if you sell this in this here, which actually is actually a new high, and I wouldn't be so confident as you would presumably, then you would take it down to 81. And if as a buyer this goes down to 81.44, I am totally out and presumably selling it. November doesn't seem to be a very good month for yens, but I think this is a change. This will change. This year will change. Keep the change. Aussie yen. New low comes back up. I have not bought it because it didn't make a double bottom, higher high, higher low. Just made a bottom and a high, and a higher low and a high. So I kind of feel there is some owls in the moss, as we would say in our region. That means trouble. Owls in the moss means trouble. Like it's something is sketchy, something is not straightforward. This velocity, well, we got a lot of profits from it, but it doesn't really. I would see a hold. I want to see a hold of price first. I want to see a hold of price first. Where did it stop? Does it stop anywhere? Yeah, it's just a new low. And yeah, so it's turned around. Maybe it's a good sell. I'm not selling it. I'm kind of never convinced that it would be a sell. But this next week now is really daunting. Really, like, this is going to make it or break it. And if it does break this week, it's, I don't know. We shall see. I hope Trump makes a deal with somebody in China so we can make this fund go 100 to 200 pips up. Euro pound. So that's kind of it. That's the euro pound. And I don't know, why do you want me to just look at this? Really? Really, mate? Come on. Go on, mate. This is not good, is it? This is just sideways. My ears are hurting. I have a mate in my mentorship. He's from England. He says is. Here's my is. Oh, that's so funny. Ears. That's American, I guess. But yeah, don't trade euro pound. It is, maybe you can sell it, but no. I don't fancy. I don't fancy. Maybe I sell it, but I don't fancy. When I'm done with this webinar right now, do you think it will drop? No, mate. This is just going sideways. Well, it could. I don't know. Where do you think it will go? And yeah. Well, that's the buy price, and it doesn't really... Yeah, well, it could go down to... The target is 83, but it's half of the month. It's just gone nowhere from... Has gone nowhere from a month. Maybe, I don't know how many pips it is. I'm going to check it. Okay. 76 pips range since for a whole month. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Count me out. Take me somewhere else. It could drop further. I don't know. Okay. So people, one last pair, and we will call it a night. And I have a Facebook page called FX. I am posting a lot of things there, and if also you can be so kind to comment on this video when it's done, I would be amazingly happy. And I've given you targets, I've given you profits, proper targets, I've given you entries, and stop loss is always 50 pips or up to 100 pips. It depends, but a very good rule is 50 pips to 100, or if you're buying, for example, if you buy here 50 pips, yeah, okay, around here, that would be good. A bit more, maybe 75, just to be a bit more clear down here. And then if you're a seller, you also sell it up, you also buy it here, and then 50 pips is okay. But then maybe sometimes you have to have 100 just to be, when it's a bit ranging, you can easily check you out. So 75 is where I'm tending to start recommending, but 50 pips, but it's minimally. And, or yeah, previous high, previous low, below previous low if you're buying, and above previous high if you're selling. So if you sold here, it will be above that one, for example. If you sold here, it will be above that one, for example. So yeah, I guess that's that. Thank you, people. Thank you, amazing people. If you are so kind, please comment when the video is done of what you think about it. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying my best to keep you guys afloat on the market. This is now a new week. Exciting things going to happen. Profits is going to come, and we will catch them. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming, and I see you very soon.